What's up, everyone? It's your boy Jermaine back on another video. So I plan to keep this live stream up, but I also don't think too many people will join this stream. That's just my guess. But we can hang out, chill. This will be a short stream. I'm gonna start the longer videos tomorrow I may stream tomorrow, but it won't be a long video. But it also won't be a video indoors, if that makes any sense. Hello from Las Vegas, Nevada. What is up, Shirley? What is going on? How you doing? I'm gonna go get the air off real fast. It just like popped on like right when I got the stream on. I'll be right back. What is up? Oh, I don't know. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Just getting ready to. I don't know. Like I've been making videos in the daytime. How's the rain? The streets are dry right now. So I didn't say it wasn't raining. I said the streets are dry. So that means it hasn't been raining for some time. But I don't really want to talk about the rain too much because no one cares about the rain. This was proven last night. Like I went out last night and I went out and made 3 videos last night. I made a reel and 2 videos. I uploaded the reel and I see that the reel did not really even get that many views. So I didn't upload the other 2 videos. I actually uploaded one of the other videos, never released it, and then I had another video that I just didn't edit it. And I just figured, if I dropped a reel about like the storm and it didn't get a lot of attention, that must mean people don't care, you know? So I ended up taking the reel down actually because I thought, if it's not even getting a lot of views, like why even leave it up? And then I just didn't make. I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of talking about the rain now. Like that was like 2 days ago. I'm sure that we will have more rain coming up, but like I said, that was like 2 days ago, and I don't think anyone cares. The only beef Jermaine is into is a man. What do you mean the only beef? Like expand? Like I don't know what you're talking about there. How is the vibe about Twitter and SF? I don't really. I did see a lot of people out in front of Twitter, like protesting. The janitors, they were protesting for some time. But I haven't seen them I haven't seen them since the New Year's. I think. Yeah, it's been since the New Year, so I haven't seen them anymore. I heard that now they reduced Twitter to like 2 floors, something like that. Like it's not the full building, or I don't know if it was the full building before. I think they had like the front building and the building in the back. But I don't know. I really haven't. I really kind of haven't really paid it that much attention. I had a drop off going there, and I was waiting downstairs and just talking to one of the security guards, and someone was supposed to come down and pick up the delivery. And after waited there 10 minutes, the app said, drop it off in a safe location. And the security guard said, "Oh, you can't leave it here. You can't leave it here." So I ended up like keeping it because there was no safe place for me to leave it, and I gave it to some people like standing on the street. I kind of gave it to them, explained them, "Hey, I got this drop off, and I can't drop it off. You want some coffee, And someone like happily took it there on the street. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. What is your prediction for San Fran in the next 5 years? I think in the next 5 years, maybe they'll start with the construction in the financial district and start converting things to homes. I mean, that's just my guess. I mean, work from home, I don't see it leaving. I think work from home is the way things are going to go. I don't think, people are just going to be piling back into the office like before the pandemic. I mean, that's just what I think, This could be totally wrong. but I also don't think it will be I don't think it's gonna be a quick thing. I think it's gonna take years for it to happen, maybe 10 years from now. But yeah, I think that maybe they're gonna build more housing downtown, convert buildings into housing. Like I said, like I could be wrong, but that's just my if I had to pick something, it would be that, you know? Yes, yes, yes. Not much. Me and wifey, just me and wifey having vegan burritos. Are y'all having some burritos? Oh, burritos sound good. I had some beans and vegan cheese not so long ago before this stream. Yes, 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 yes. Good idea. Yeah, so I don't know. After yesterday's stream, I was just thinking, dude, I don't know. Like after yesterday's stream and after the incident at Whole Foods, I'm just thinking, dude, I don't want to be the same streamer anymore. I want to be bubbly. I'm tired of talking about the most messed up things in the city. I want to talk about great positive things because the thing that happened at Whole Foods was so bad that it literally it changed me as a person. Like I'm like, bro, I don't even want to see that anymore. I don't even want to talk about stuff like that anymore. That's is so messed up. So that's why I want to. And then the stream yesterday, like I noticed something going on in the stream that was I say to myself, maybe I shouldn't stream at home that much anymore. Maybe I should stream on the street because if I stream on the street, you know, it's I'm showing something else than showing me. And yeah, what's your number one restaurant? My number one restaurant changes often. I don't think I actually have a number one restaurant right now. Have you written like you say on, but I think you're trying to say in an autonomous car. Yes, I have written in one. They're freaking amazing. They're freaking awesome. It's better than a human driver. Like I like it a lot. I think it's really awesome. I can't wait for them to open 24 hours a day. And yeah, that's about it. I think they're really cool. The autonomous cars. I have a video up online, which I don't know why, but that video did not get a lot of views. Yeah, I don't know why, but it just didn't. I think maybe I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe people just don't believe in it or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reel kind of got a lot of views, but the video itself didn't. Why your last indoor stream for a while? You're gonna be traveling again out of the country? No, so I'm not gonna be traveling out of the country soon. I think what I'm gonna start to do is just make more videos instead of streams because streams, if people don't like tip you in streams, you basically make no money in a stream. Not only do you make no money, YouTube doesn't promote streams after you're done streaming. So a lot of times what I'll do after I'm done streaming, maybe like a couple days later, I'll just private the video, right? And if I actually make a video, like I make a video sitting down talking about something, it could very well be promoted. Like YouTube will maybe promote it in the future. And not only that, you streams bring out a lot of different streams are not the best thing. If you guys notice, I don't know if you guys notice, but like some of your biggest YouTubers you follow don't do live streams. And there is a reason why they don't do live streams. I mean, think about it. Like, think about some of the big YouTubers you follow. Maybe some of the big YouTubers you follow in like, I know a lot of like black YouTubers, you know, in the black space, they stream a lot, but it's a little exception to them, right? I know streamers, they stream a lot, but I'm talking about your big YouTubers. Like, a lot of them don't stream. And there's a big reason why is because the chat can be manipulated. Yes, the chat can be manipulated, and this is why that's why a lot of big YouTubers don't stream because they know this. And the chat can make the streamer react in certain ways. So this is why I say it's gonna be my long stream at home for some time. Because if I'm out streaming in the street, my eyes are not glued to the chat, meaning that it's harder to manipulate the stream, right? It's much, 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 much harder to manipulate it. You seem so upset about stupid things. It really shows how shallow you are. Oh, thanks, Lenny. See, people like Lenny, but it's not. People like Lenny is not why I am. Why I'm not streaming at home anymore. I was talking about making more in real life streams anyway. I put this in the community tab a couple days ago. If I should make more longer streams, so Lenny is not. Lenny is not. Lenny is not who I'm talking about. I mean, for the most part, Lenny hasn't even been around for the past couple of days. So we are literally not including Lenny in this whole conversation. Is going to 100 countries still on the table? Yes, but it's not right now. Like it's not right now. And also travel videos, they they don't like I'm telling you, they don't do so well anymore. Like they just don't. They're not as profitable to make. Some videos that you would actually be surprised at some of the most profitable videos I made. Like you would literally be surprised. Like they are the most basic videos. They're videos that YouTube can easily promote. And it wouldn't be live streaming. It wouldn't be me talking about something controversial in San Francisco. It wouldn't be me talking about anything controversial. It would just be something that's very shareable. Meaning I'm not talking about any messed up situations going on in San Francisco, including the weather, right? That's why I took down the weather videos because I noticed that weather is can be considered controversial, right? Because it can be just when you talk about weather, it can be considered disastrous, right? YouTube don't like that, and I noticed that like the reel I made of the tree falling on the car that is considered like disastrous. So that's why the reel didn't get a lot of views. So I'm just to the point I don't want to share stuff like that anymore. I want to share things that YouTube will promote because if you want to grow, you have to make stuff that YouTube promotes. But I still do walking tours, for sure. And I earlier today I made a video. I don't know if you guys will like this video. Um I made a video. I haven't put it out yet. I also made a vlog today. Haven't quite finished it. But I made a video titled The Passport Bro Movement and My Two Cents as a Heavy American Traveler. I don't know when I'm gonna come out with this video. I also made another video yesterday that I haven't edited, but it's a video talking about it's talking about like family drama. And I was just, talking about like how, some of the family drama I've had and how I had like family drama once. And I use that drama to basically propel my life to new heights. And then right now I'm going through more family drama and I hope to do the same thing. Hope to use that family drama to propel my life to new heights, right? Like I did a couple years ago. And I don't know when I'm gonna come out with that video either. But I definitely want to go back to making videos, like just sit down videos where like I just sit down and talk to the camera and talk about a particular topic. But then at the same time, it's very I know so many people just want to see San Francisco videos. Like they don't even want to see me. They don't even want to hear my voice. They just want to see the city. But talking about the city is literally talking about like it's talking about red and blue basically. It's such a okay. If you go to YouTube right now and you go and type in San Francisco vloggers, what you will see is you're gonna find a lot of people who live like you're gonna find different vloggers that live in San Francisco, but they don't talk about the city. You know why they don't talk about the city? Because the city is just it's a dead end topic. If you start talking about the city like that's like it's not a good thing to talk about. For the people that follow me, that's what you want to hear about, but it's kind of a dead end thing. Like you just don't grow. Like it's just a bad thing. On the flip side, if you talk about different sites in San Francisco, if you talk about, oh, I went to over here, the Golden Gate Bridge, I went over here to Twin Peaks, I went over here and did this, they like that. But if you for real start to talk about the nitty gritty in the city, no one really cares about that. Like YouTube don't care about that. Like that's just bottom line. And I'm just starting to realize that like YouTube seems to be picky about some things. I don't understand their algorithm rules. I got an email from someone a couple days ago, and I'm not gonna exactly read the email. And I think this was a total real person. Basically, what they were saying was, stay away from like racism, and then also like basically what they were trying to say is there's so much stuff online, that so much negative stuff online, that if you talk about negative stuff, like it's not good, you know. But there's so many negative people out there, and the only thing they want to hear is negative stuff. And I'm to the point I don't really want to talk about negative stuff anymore. Like it makes my life great when I don't talk about negative stuff. Like it's really a bag of hot steam when I have to talk about the nitty gritty of San Francisco. Like it's bad. It's just horrible. Look, if you go type in San Francisco vloggers right now, look at the content. This is the content that they're pushing out. It's like mainly women, right? It's basically pretty much all women for the most part. There's really no dudes except for this guy named Passport Heavy. It's basically all women, and none of them are talking about, the nitty gritty of the city. And at the same time, talking about the nitty gritty of the city gets you nowhere. Like for real, it doesn't it's not changing anything. Like I'm not the mayor. I don't have any power. Like talking about the nitty gritty of the city gets you. It doesn't get you anywhere, bro. Like it doesn't. And I'm starting to see that. Wow, look at all these videos. San Francisco vlog, right? There's okay. After you scroll halfway down the list, there's a video talking about why San Francisco is so bad now. Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of learning about it, and yeah, it's not so great. You know, flooding in San Francisco. It definitely the flooding was a little something today. I definitely saw some flooding in the bike lanes, but it takes a second to go down. If y'all watching this video, give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up, yo. Give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up. Another thing, if you're a tourist and you want to come to the city, yeah, like I can, I can say, like I tell folks all the time, like I know people come to the city, and I always tell them the same thing. If you're driving into the city, make sure you like drop your bags off. Like make sure you drop your bags off first. Don't leave anything in your car, right? Don't. And I would think people would figure this out, right? With all the stuff in the news. Would think people would know, like, look, you can't leave anything in your car, but that's just not how it works. It's just not how it works. Like I went to one place today in the city, and it looks like some people got their car. Some looks like some people got their cars broken into, and I was just like, dude, I just don't get it. Like why people leave like good stuff in their car. 100 countries. Wow, I'm thinking about that. It's crazy. Mm, mm, So what else is going on with y'all tonight? Anyone else other than Lenny? Because we all know Lenny gonna be here. Lenny gonna be right here complaining. Are you still on a smoke break? Yes, I am still on a smoke break. But I'm gonna keep it real. Like smoking has made my not smoking has definitely made my life better for sure. But it hasn't really. I'm drinking water. It really hasn't. Like it's made my life better, but it also has. It's really let me. I'm just noticing a lot of other things in life, a lot of things around me. I just pay. I'm more alert. I pay things more attention. Like today, I went to this one particular place, and I can tell, like as I was riding up, I was tell like dang it, bro. I wish I was with someone else that wasn't, that didn't look like me, because I can tell that like, oh, is he about to get us? I can totally sense that. And when I was smoking weed, getting high all the time, I probably would have noticed that, but just would not have paid it any attention, you know. Versus when I don't smoke weed, I definitely notice it, and I'm just thinking like, wow, that's just how it is around here, in this particular place in the city, you know. And it's kind of like it's, it's kind of like, yeah, that's just how it is. Jermaine is more. No, I'm definitely not woke. I'm awake. I'm not woke. Please don't. I'm not woke. Awake. Yeah, there's just definitely just things I notice. You know. But then also like I don't sometimes when I start to notice that behavior, like I kind of you know look the other way. You know what I mean? You feel better. I do feel better. I definitely feel better. I'm definitely more self confident for sure. But I don't know when you can be more self confident, but then when you notice that you go certain places and you're kind of seen, you're kind of looked at as a threat. Yeah, you can be more self confident, but then at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, I'm like scary though, and I'm not really scary. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. That's kind of how I feel. Uh, what did you eat today? Are you still a vegetarian? No, I'm vegan. Oh my gosh, I shared a reel a couple days ago about what I eat in a day. And y'all know the whole stereotype about vegans. People say that vegans don't. Right when I went vegan, so many people asked me, how do you get enough protein? Like, how do you get enough protein? Like, how do you get enough protein? Like, how do you get enough protein? How do you get enough protein? The most number one asked question was, how do I get enough protein? And, you know, vegans definitely get protein. For sure. Like, if you eat potatoes, if you eat stuff with peanut butter in it, if you eat, I mean, there's a lot of things that you can get protein in. So I created this reel that only showed, and also another thing about going vegan is people always say, "Oh, vegans only eat vegetables," right? Yeah, vegans definitely eat vegetables, but that's not the only thing vegans eat. So I made this reel talking about like what I eat in a day, and I purposely didn't put any vegetables in it. I just put like high protein stuff in it, and I was just kind of tripping about how I just got some comments. I was looking at them. And so I got one comment talking about, oh yeah, you don't need protein. Like you don't need protein. And I'm thinking, sorry. I'm thinking to myself, bro, I'm trying to gain weight. Like I totally need protein. you know, how long have you been vegan? Like 5 years now. Yeah, 5 years. It's been a journey. It's been about 5 years. I wonder, is it raining outside now? No, it's not raining outside. Um, I also had how many French fries after? Um, I went to a different Whole Foods and picked up some French fries and came home and made them. You know, Didn't go to the same one I went to. I went to a different one, and it was pretty cool. 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. I think 5 or yeah, but I think yeah, about 5 years now. I have to like go back on Facebook and look and see when I went vegan. Jermaine, tell me more about Beyond Meat Patties. Dude, as soon as I go live, like I just start yawning. I don't know why. Like I swear, like I was not yawning before. Hold on one second. Um, tell me more about Beyond Meat Patties. Okay, so this one thing I kind of like about doing like live streams at home is like I can answer questions like, you can ask a question like about Beyond Meat Patties. If I'm out in the street walking around, you're probably not going to ask that question. I'm probably not going to answer it the same. But basically, Beyond Meat Patties, I think they have about 20 grams of protein in them. And you can eat it on a burger. You can cook it. You can chop it up in bits and put it in a taco. You can chop it up and put it like in a burrito. You can chop it up and put it in spaghetti. I think I may actually cook some spaghetti after this, or not cook spaghetti, but make some pasta with red sauce. Um, yes, yes, yes. I never had Beyond Meat. I imagine it looks and tastes like the meatballs at Subway. No, no. You mean the vegan meatballs at Subway? No, 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 no. It doesn't taste like that. Do you play any video games? I don't play any video games. The only video game I play is Solitaire on my iPhone. But it's not exactly a video game. I do have an Oculus, but I don't use it anymore. You said I can't talk about Beyond Meat Patties in public. Well, I can, but if I'm out in public, I may not look at the comments as frequently as I look at the comments at home. Because when I'm at home, I'm just sitting down in front of the computer, right? The comments are coming up on the screen. But if I am out in public, I may not look at the comments as much because maybe I'm watching the street. Maybe I'm watching the street, or maybe I'm watching like around me, or maybe I'm doing something else. Maybe I'm talking to someone on the street. So I will definitely miss comments if you get what I mean. Pacific Paintball Museum in Alabama is worth checking out. Alameda is worth checking out. Maybe I will check it out. I said Alabama because I heard some crazy new law about Alabama. Falafels are a good substitute, but they're expensive. Falafels are an excellent substitute. Thing about falafels on the West Coast, you have to make them yourself. Bottom line, for real, you have to make them yourself. Because going to a restaurant, because the thing about falafels, yo, you can put falafels in a lot of stuff. I only eat falafel wraps because when I go to a falafel restaurant, like they sell wraps, okay? But on the flip side, if you have falafels at home, you can put falafels in a salad. You can put falafels on a burger. You can just eat falafels by themselves. Like, sometimes I go to a restaurant and I'll just get falafels like by themselves, like just the falafel balls. You can put a lot of falafels in spaghetti. Make some pasta and red sauce and then add falafels in the pasta. You can eat falafels with a lot of stuff. But you're right. They're not cheap over here. They're definitely not. I mean, it's kind of like burritos are getting more expensive out here too. Yes, I do drink filtered water. Yes, yeah, for sure. I definitely do. The water is so freaking amazing here because there's like a nine-layer filter, so it filters it like 9 times or something. Oh yeah, and I just gotta fill up my big bottle. Yes, I fill up my big bottle, and I try to drink 2 of these a day, which I don't. Today, I definitely did not drink 2 of these. But yeah, I try to drink 2 of these a day because if I drink plenty of water, you drink plenty of water, it makes you feel good throughout the day. Did you get washed away? No, honestly, the weather's really not worth talking about anymore because, like I say, right now on the streets are dry, and yeah, the streets are dry. It is yeah, there's no rain right now. Maybe it's gonna rain later. Let me see. Now it looks like there's a 20% chance of rain at 4 a.m. and a 20% chance of rain at 6 a.m. But for now, no, it's a little dead. Next week, things may things may pick up a little bit next week. What are your thoughts on Austin, Texas? Austin, Texas. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know too much about Austin, Texas. The thing I know most about Austin, Texas is a lot of people moved from California to Austin, Texas. That's probably the most I know. Yes, Tesla built a factory there, and Tesla moved their offices there. And yes, there is a tech community that's thriving there, and it's a happening place. And home values went through the roof. I mean, I know a couple things about Austin, but I've never really been to Austin. Do you use multiple e-bike batteries? Yeah, so I have like a couple e-bikes that have the same batteries. So I'll like switch one out and have one charging, when I'm like running around throughout the day. But lately it's been so slow I can just get away with like one e-bike battery the whole day. Yes. The number one place to move to right now. It still is the number one place to move to right now. I thought it was like a couple years ago. People still probably moving there, right? I mean, there's jobs. So if there's jobs, I would imagine it would still be a thriving place. But I haven't really paid it that much attention. No rain till Friday and all weekend. I really hope that the rain. I hope it doesn't rain all weekend. I really hope it doesn't rain all weekend. Maybe if it rains Saturday, I'll be cool. But like Saturday and Sunday, that would be a bummer. Yes, yes, yes. So I was telling y'all earlier today. No, I'm starting back to making videos. And when I mean I'm starting back to making videos, I'm talking about like sit down videos, like videos like this. Where like I use the old camera, like this camera, and I just like sit it down. It has much, much, much better audio for sure. I noticed that's one thing that's kind of bad with my videos. I noticed that my audio on a lot of videos, my audio kind of sucks, right? Because I want to say that the YouTube standard has changed over the years. And now what you have is you have more and more people filming stuff with like portable microphones. And if you use a portable microphone, you get better audio. So when I went to edit this video, I noticed the audio is so much better because I edited it in a noisy place and I had no problems with hearing it. But if I would have filmed it like on an iPhone, I would have had problems hearing it. And if I have problems hearing it, that means that people watching it will have problems hearing it. So yeah, I'm gonna start back to making like sit down videos talking about stuff. Sit down videos. Southern California, way too much rain. Swimming pools overflooding. Oh my gosh, swimming pools overflooding? That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of rain, bro. That's not just a little puddle. That's like inches, right? Nuts. You got to go in there and jump in the pool and splash some of that water out. I guess you gotta wait till it's done. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I bet I'm checking on some stuff. Yeah. Way too much rain. Too much rain. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so what else is good? What else is going on? Y'all tell me a story. How you doing, Lenny, tonight? Tell me something. What you upset about tonight, Lenny? I know you still in the chat. You waiting on me to yawn again. Don't worry, I'll yawn in a minute. I think woke up super early this morning for sure. Got up at like 7:30. Still took me a minute to get out though. Jermaine also had picked beets with dinner. Pickled pickled beets with dinner. Oh, what are pickled beets? Pig beets. What are those? I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm gonna Google it so I can see what it looks like. Oh, I've definitely had these. They're in the freaking can. Or what I'm showing is in a can. I don't know. Maybe you made it from scratch. Hmm. Sounds good. I woke up in 2023. It's not. it's not. Yeah, you don't think it's better? I don't know what's 2023 is like. It's just day 5. It feels like it's already been like a month. I'm just gonna keep it real. But it's only day 5. Yeah, I don't know what it's like this year. Someone tell me what this year is like. Uh, mm, GH. What is good? Well, my family prepare beats for me at least. Real tasty when adding with rice and fish. Well, yeah, I didn't think you would just eat it by itself, but you eat it with rice and fish. Hmm. When I think about making spaghetti later. When I mean spaghetti, I'm not talking about like actual spaghetti. I'm talking about pasta with adding some red sauce. It's very it's very simple to make. You just pop it in the Instapot, cook it for like what, maybe like 6 minutes or something, and then that way just add some red sauce. If you add some spices, you can add some spices too. You know. Yes, yes, yes. Dude, streaming is fun. Streaming is fun. It's a lot of fun. I need to make more videos with the 360 camera. Earlier today, I was like going through making videos like unlisted and stuff like that, and making videos private. And I found that Berkeley video, the 360 Berkeley video, and I was like, "Yo, this is a good video. This is a good one. How come I never put this one out there?" I think maybe I put that out on another channel, um, but I didn't put it out on this one. Are you familiar with a cartoon series called Looney? Yes, I'm totally familiar with Looney Tunes. Haven't seen 360 videos in a minute. Yeah, so I have a 360 video I came out with earlier today from what is it? It's from gosh, I can't think. I can't find it now. Dang, I've made so many videos private. I'm just going through this list. I have a really big reputation of that, like coming out with a video and then making it private. Like, today I made some more videos like that. I also have another really big reputation on Facebook where I will post something and I will literally post it. And then after I post it, I'll turn around and delete it. So that way it can feel like I posted it, but then it's not there anyway. Is that the correct spelling of this series? Mm, no, it's not the correct spelling. No, it's Looney. No, I haven't seen that series. I like totally butchered that one. Bless up. What is going on? Supreme High Vibrations. What's good, yo? Haven't seen you in a minute. Is this a series on YouTube? I like totally got that wrong. Um, let's see. Is this on YouTube? I'm gonna check anyway. I guess if it is. It is Looney Tunes. What are you talking about? I don't know. It is. I've seen it when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it anytime soon. Thanks to you, Jermaine. I'm tempted to eat French fries again, even though I just showed French fries. No mercy earlier this week. I love French fries. French fries is just something like really easy and light to eat, right? But when you go to a restaurant and get French fries, sometimes French fries might be. There's this one place I go and get French fries, and they're like $6. So that's why I went to Whole Foods earlier and got like a bag of French fries because a bag of French fries is like 350, and then maybe I can cook like two or three. I can make two or three servings from one bag of French fries. Was Tune spelled the way when you watch it? Yeah, so you're talking about Looney Tunes. Like, yeah, I watched it like back in the day, but I haven't watched it anytime soon. I'm just gonna keep it real. Hey, so y'all know about the NFL player that collapsed on the field? I heard today that he wrote like he was able to like communicate. So he wrote like if we did we win the game. And I was thinking to myself, look at the spelling now. What do you mean look at the spelling now? Did you change it tunes? So I typed it into YouTube and like literally Looney Tunes came up. So I don't mean well, I don't get what you're trying to say. Look at the spelling now. Like this is what popped up. I mean, like literally cartoons popped up. Does it have like another meaning or something? Is this like a different channel, or is this a conspiracy theory YouTube account or something? Bugs Bunny, like that's what's popping up. Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny. Was it Tunes or Tunes? It's Tunes. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about here. Like I really don't. Like this is going over my head. Like what you said earlier was Tunes, Toons, and now you're saying tunes like iTunes. Like I don't get it. Okay, so you're talking about the cartoon characters, right? What about them? What about where are we going with this? Like I don't get it. Cartoon characters. What about it? Like do I watch Looney Tunes? Because I don't watch Looney Tunes. Um, Let me look for another comment because that one is just got me confused. Yeah, so homie woke up and wrote like if we won the game, and I was thinking, I mean, like I said, I don't follow football, I don't follow sports like that, but I'm like, huh, why would he say that? If we won the game, like, yeah, really? Is that the only thing that was on his mind was winning the game? Like, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to know if we won because did they win? I think they called the game off, right? Oh, okay. So I do remember Looney Tunes when I was like a kid, when I used to watch Nickelodeon. I haven't watched like cartoons like that for some time. Maybe I was on a flight or something and I watched some cartoons a couple years ago. I don't just really just watch, I don't just watch cartoons that much. I mean, not that I'm against cartoons. I just, it's just not a thing of interest. It's just like not that I'm against minivans, but I don't really like minivans that much, and I also don't drive, so, I ain't got no beef with minivans, but yeah, I just like I don't have any beef with cartoons, but yeah, they called it off, going to play another time. So, from what I heard, was that, like, the first time that they called off a game like that? Like, and what do you mean they're gonna and I just no, I'm not asking you, but, like, I wonder how it's gonna work when they replay the game. Are they gonna replay the game with the same score, or they're gonna replay the whole game, you know? Because if they replay the whole game, like, that would be one thing, but if they replayed at the same score, that would definitely be another thing. And then will he be in the game? Because I don't know, from what it sounds like he's just gonna be down for some time. I don't know, it brings us some really, really good questions, right? Yes, it sounds like it's gonna be some time with him, you know? The game is canceled. Oh, the game is canceled. Hmm. So that means they're gonna have to replay it then. Yeah. If it's canceled, I would imagine they may have to redo it. Hmm. Like I say, like I don't just really follow sports like that, so I wouldn't really know. But that is definitely a whole world, the sports world. I mean, I imagine like going to the game and you bought a ticket and you got seats, and then all of a sudden the game's canceled. And I mean, do you have to rebuy the seats again? I don't know. It brings up a lot of questions though. Can't replay the game. Oh, so so they can't replay the game. Oh, so it's basically just a canceled game. So it's like no one wins and no one loses. Okay, so it's almost like a forfeit, basically. Okay, I can definitely see that working. You know, hmm. What else is new? Anybody get flooded away with the storm, with the rain? I know I said I wasn't really going to talk about the weather that much, but you know, I'm still looking outside and the weather's chill. One thing I will say about San Francisco, yo, and don't get me wrong when I say this. I'm not trying to be negative about the city. Like I'm not, because I'm like I said, I'm more of a positive YouTuber. But I think most people can relate with this. What I'm about to say. When things are good in the city, things are s- things are so good in the city. And when things get nitty gritty in the city, they get nitty gritty in the city. And like I've been here for a little bit. Like when I first moved here, bro, things were good in the city. And what I mean by things were good in the city, I understand like, rents were crazy expensive. Rents really haven't went down since when I first moved here. So that's basically the same scenario. But when I first moved here, bro, this place was thumping. Like it was popping, yo. So many, so many places hiring. I mean, you could just go online on Craigslist and it would just be job after job after job. This new startup, that new startup. Bro, it was jobs out there left and right. Like whatever you wanted to do, it was easy to find a job doing that. Like it was like so many places were hiring, and you could just go on Craigslist and just pick and choose, and then now you look at it. If you go on Craigslist, there's definitely still jobs out there. But yo, it was nowhere compared to what it was when I first moved here. I'm talking about this city was popping. I mean, there's just the gig economy. It was so many jobs in the gig economy, and over time, more and more and more of the gig economy just you know more and more of the gig economy started to die out. I remember it used to be these apps where like you could valet park people's cars. Those were like some of the first apps to go down. Like you could for real like valet park people's cars. Like it was so insane. I forget the name of those. I have a huge gosh, I have a huge problem with just that like dude. I have a huge problem with like forgetting the old apps. I'm trying to think of the valet apps. It was like three different valet apps where you could valet park people's cars. And then they got absorbed by like the actual valet companies. But back then it was like, what? You can valet people's cars? The short video at the park was amazing. When you go to the park, all the people leave the park. I mean, for the most part, dude. I mean, I look scary. I look gangster, or I look like a street person. I have a problem with you live streaming title from Tuesday night. What did I title this live stream? You got me looking now. Let me see. Yo, the live streams are actually a lot of fun. Like they're a lot of fun to do. They're not always fun to do, but they are fun to do. Do you think the startup scene will migrate to some other city or to Europe? I don't really know because that was a different time back then. Eh, there was a different time. It was low interest rates. You also had that guy from Japan that was investing in SoftBank that was just pumping money out left and right. If it wasn't for that dude, I forget his name, but he was this really rich Japanese dude, and he pumped out so much money to companies like Uber and companies like WeWork, right? He invested in a lot of loser companies. Let's just face it. But meanwhile, he he kept a lot of people busy. He created a lot of jobs, yo, like a lot of jobs. So I don't necessarily know if it's gonna go to Europe because Europe is not. Dude, I like Europe, but like Europe is not so. It's not so like uptick. Europeans, they, they're like I don't know, they're not so uptick. I think if it would go anywhere, it would go to China because for the most part, Europe basically does what America does. I'm just gonna leave it at that. SoftBank, yeah, SoftBank. Man, people say you dress like a girl in in the in people harass straight from you at the park because you scare them. Straight racism. Well, you know, some things I don't really have to call out. You know, when I hear people say like, you dress like a girl, and then you look homeless, and then I go places and people are eye fucking me left and right. I mean, come on, like it's kind of a way of you know being racist without using skin color, basically. And then whenever I would read some of the comments and they say things like, "Oh yeah, your legs are scarred up, and you have mismatched socks," and it's like, that's your only like that's the only thing you can say, bro. It's like, dude, come on, dude. Like, yeah, I know you just told me so much information about you. I found out U.S. people can be very smart. That's great. Yeah, people from the US are, you know, especially in California, like there's a big drive, there's a big push. I would say a lot of Europeans are a lot of them are kind of conservative. And I don't mean like Republican, Democrat, but they're just like they're but I think like this may sound messed up, but like in America, there's a lot of like uh, you have places that are crazy expensive. And then you also have places that are super cheap. In Europe, it's a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, they have places that are expensive and places that are cheap, but it's a little bit more marginalized, right? If you look at their school systems, it's a little bit more marginalized versus the US. You look at California schools and then you compare them with schools in Florida and you compare them with schools in Texas, they're going to be vastly different. The people that go to those schools are going to be vastly different. California, you're going to have like a lot more of folks in California are a little bit different than the folks in Florida. They vote completely different in California versus the people in Florida. The just the culture is different in California and Florida. People in Florida, they like their guns. People in California, it's hard to get a gun. Like they're just different. And you go to different parts of Europe, and it's when you're in certain countries, it's kind of like it's kind of the same. People are like very conservative. People are way more religious. Um, you don't have the big like feminist movement going on like you do in the US. And I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing because that's definitely that creates a difference, right? Um, you know, uh, People in Europe are a lot more homophobic versus people in the US. You know, and also people have kids. The amount of kids I see in Europe, holy cow, versus the US. If you're in like, rich parts of the US, affluent parts of the US, more expensive cities in the US, you're just not going to see as many kids. But you go to Europe, bro, it seems like there's kids everywhere, you know? Oh my gosh, I went to like a drum and bass concert, yo. The amount of people that brought their kids to a concert. I'm like, bro, this is a freaking concert on the beach and you brought your kids and there's like people like around like just doing drugs and drinking and you brought your kids. Like in America, you just wouldn't like do that as much. I don't know. I haven't really been to Burning Man. Maybe Burning Man would be very similar, you know. Um, yeah, but I don't know. It's like kids are way more kids, like way more kids, y'all, in Europe versus the U.S. But then also, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of kids in the U.S., but maybe you just don't see them. You know, maybe they live more in places with cars and less outside of cities. Because I spend a lot of my time in U.S. cities, like New York. I spent so much time in New York and San Francisco, and definitely you see more kids in New York than you do San Francisco. For San Francisco to see kids, you have to leave like downtown and go like farther away, and then you start to see kids. But like in the downtown area, no, it's like very rare you see kids. I mean, in the TL, there's definitely kids, but like if you go to a place like Memphis, bro, you about to see so many. You will see people with 5 kids. You know, it's very I don't know. It's not that common to see people with 5 kids out here in the Bay. I'm sure it exists, but it's just not that. I don't think it's that big of a thing. If you still work and pay taxes, you didn't make it. Mhm. Kids are crazy, full of energy. City has young adults. City definitely has a lot of young adults, y'all. For sure. Yeah, kid. I guess the kids live in the cities, and the people that live in the cities don't want to have kids. I mean, because I live in the city and I don't want to have kids. You know, I just want to keep living in the city. And I know so many people live in the city that don't want to have kids just because they want to continue living in the city, and they know living in the city, it's really expensive to have kids. You know, so you got to pick and choose. And then also, if you don't have a car and stuff, and then gosh, look at rents, bro. Just look at a 2-bedroom apartment. You don't want to have kids around here. Gosh, 2-bedroom apartment, yo. I mean, you have to move somewhere else outside the city, and you have a much, much more chill life versus like in the middle of the city. You have to go to suburbia to see kids. No joke. Yeah, for sure. Or go to Tennessee. Because when I go to Tennessee, it seems like everybody has kids there. Like all of my friends, when I sit back and think about it, basically all my friends have kids. Like so all my cousins have kids. Not all of them, but like the ones I'm really close to, they all have kids, you know. And when I go back home, one thing that kind of pisses me off about going back home is like not everybody, but some people back home, they look at you different if you don't have kids, just because they have kids. They for real, they look at you different. And it's like, I mean, I feel you, like, you are raising kids and that's a good thing, you know. But yeah, that's another thing. Like back home, like people have so many kids. You haven't got paid from YouTube yet? Gotta keep gotta keep posting. YouTube's weird. Like you definitely can make money on YouTube, but you have to they want you to post, yo. You really have to post. You need 1,000 followers to get paid. Yeah, the easiest way to get that many followers is to make reels. Because whenever I make reels, that's when I see my subscriber numbers grow. If I like make if I put out a video, if I put out 2 videos a day, I'm losing subscribers, like bottom line. Like for real, I will lose subscribers. If I put out reels, I will gain subscribers. Like if you are not making reels, I know people don't like reels, like especially people that have been following me for the longest. But if you are trying to grow on YouTube and you don't make reels, you're for real, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like, no joke. You are shooting yourself in the foot. And I haven't made reels in a couple of days. I need to come out and make some more reels. But the reason why you get more subscribers with reels is because there's so many people are watching reels now because of the whole TikTok thing. And the better your retention rate on your reels, the more subscribers you're gonna get. Like some videos do way better than other videos. But yeah, I get it that people don't watch reels that much, but reels will get people to come to your page. And if you can make a reel and people will follow you from that reel, they might watch some of your other videos. They might, watch live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, make reels. And when I say make reels, you may not necessarily need to like go out and like make a reel, go out and look for something crazy to make a reel out of. You can make a reel off of your videos that you've already uploaded, or you can make a reel off of someone else's videos, because I've definitely done that and got some subscribers. I see another video, and I just do a green screen and put myself in the reel, and then bam, you get subscribers that way. Did you ever go on Ramble? I haven't been on there. That sounds like a right wing site. No, I haven't been on there. That sounds like something like Twitter. you know, something you can say whatever you want on there. Mm. Which of your reels Which of your reels get more views? Reels that show the bad side of SF or the good side? Um, I would say my reels that do the best, the absolute best, are the fashion reels. I don't know why that is. It's the retention rate. It's not really the numbers. It's not really the number of views so much. It's the retention rate. And then it's also when you check it like 2, 3 weeks after you've already posted, are they still getting more views? Now, usually what happens when I make a reel, the views will drop after a day or two, right? So for the first day, it'll get a lot of views, right? But for some videos, it'll stay in the reel bank longer. So like the first day, I'll get like a bunch of views and I'll have a very high retention rate. But then the next day or the next weeks, like they're still showing it to folks, but they're not showing it as much. The San Francisco reels don't do that good. No, they don't. The vegan reels do real good, and the fashion reels do really good. Like that's why, like for a minute, I stopped making fashion reels because I thought, yo, maybe it's a little too like not masculine. But then I was hearing from a podcast that like YouTube likes like if you're like a femboy, they like that. If you're like a masculine dude, like AT, that those initials, they don't like that. And I was like, "Oh, really? They like femboys. Well, great. I'm gonna start posting reels on his joint all the time." So, those are some of the videos. Any like stuff that is like anything that's negative, it might get views because people are sharing it, but then after it's done being shared, it's not gonna get that many views because that's not what YouTube wants to promote. Other videos I've done that probably some of the best are the autonomous car videos. Those do really well. The retention rate's really high because people watch it over and over. And if you're trying to make reels, how to make successful reels is to make your reels short. That's why the fashion reels get so many views because they're like anywhere from 6 seconds to 10 seconds. And other videos that I make, like the autonomous car videos, it's definitely it's a longer video. I think it's like 59 seconds. But the retention rate's like really high on those. And then they get a lot of shares because it's something that people don't see and it's something that people don't really hear about so much. Um, Workout reels get a lot of views, but workout reels get a lot of views for different reasons. Some workout reels that are like walking you through workouts. Some reason why those get so many views is because people will be working out and they'll have the reel on and they'll just have the phone down as they're working out and the reel is repeating itself like over and over and over and over and over and over, right? As they're working out, they're doing the same exercise. And some other reels, workout reels, get a lot of views because maybe people are checking the person out that's working out in the video. Like for example, like it might be a chick at the gym and she's bending over, on some machine bench pressing. Well, those videos might get a lot of views just because, it's a chick with a big booty that's just bending over and working out. So you got, dudes sitting around like, "Ooh, dang. Ooh, dang." But on the flip side, some videos might get views because maybe people are actually trying to learn from that video. So, yeah. Jermaine, did you work the apps today? I worked the apps earlier this morning and I made like I think like 75 bucks or something. I was kind of chill with that, but I only worked like just I want to say like less than 2 hours or something. I didn't stay out long. Things are gonna get better next week. There's gonna be more people going back to work. So next Monday things should be better, you know. Workout videos are softcore. Some of them can be. Like some of them can be. Won't things get worse with all the tech layoffs? Uh, I think one of the biggest things going on right now is usually this time of the year is slow. Like it's normally slow this time of year, just because people like to go out of town and stuff. So I think, yeah, the tech layoffs may actually get worse, mm, but I don't know. I think they might get worse, but we'll just have to see. Because you gotta watch the Fed, yo. Like I haven't really been paying attention to the Fed, but you gotta watch them because they run the economy. Like Jerome Powell, that dude is the most powerful dude in the U.S. Like not the person that's sitting in the White House. It's Jay Powell because Jay Powell is over the Federal Reserve and he changed them numbers and the interest rate numbers and interest rates like really shape the economy. So you gotta really pay like that says a lot. That's why them tech layoffs start to happen because of Jay Powell. Jay Powell said, "Look, we need to cause some pain." Yeah, I heard about the jaywalking law. Um, I don't know. It's a weird law, but then a cop can still give you a ticket if you're jaywalking if the cop deems that it's dangerous. So it's kind of a weird. It's really weird. I see customer behavior changing in 2023. A lot more conservative spending by young urban people. Yeah, I can definitely see, people tightening their dollars for sure. Yeah, I definitely see that. People are still spending like crazy though. I always say people are still spending like crazy. Like it's not people aren't just like not spending money. They're just not spending money like they was not so long ago. Do you care about what's going on in the US Capitol for the past few days? What's going on in the US Capitol? I haven't really been following it. I mean, we've been looking at the rain every day around here. So, I haven't really been paying DC that much attention. Do you still have the loud neighbors? No. Nah, they moved away a couple days ago. That's been freaking really awesome, actually. Actually, a bunch of people moved a couple days ago. Uh, the Speaker of the House drama. No, I'll go check it out after this. No more streams. Are you and Boo going on a trip? Um, what I'm doing is I'm just not gonna like do streams at home anymore. I'm just gonna like do streams like more out somewhere, like more in real life streaming instead of just do it at home. Like maybe like go to the park somewhere in the city and like do like an hour long live stream, or maybe like go around the city and do an hour long live stream. I don't necessarily like to do live streams in the city. Like I know I said I would do them and I will, but I don't exactly like doing them because there's just too much stuff be going on in the city. Like way too much stuff be going on. So that's kind of why I don't like to do live streams in the city. Will your next stream be out? Yeah, I'm gonna try to do one tomorrow, like maybe in the afternoon, like earlier in the afternoon. I'll try to do one in the city. I need to fix my brakes on my bike because they're screaming like crazy. So yeah, I'll try to do that because I just want to not stream at home so much because I don't know, I just kind of just want to show more of the city, and then I want to make more sit down videos too. I feel like if I stream on the street, maybe I'll get more super chats. So yeah, I think maybe I'll stream tomorrow. There's more people back in the city. Yeah, it seems like the city is picking up a little bit. There's still a lot of tourists, but it seems like the city's definitely picking up. I mean, compared to like Monday, yeah, it seems like there's more people here on today, which is Thursday. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get off, go take a nap. Those edits where it clicks from screen to screen can give a headache. Oh, I guess so. I thought SF was dead, but then I saw some things on the news about crime. I remember when was just you and your camera walking down the street. Oh yeah, like crime's crazy. The crime is really like kind of one thing that makes me want to move, you know. Yeah, because crime leads to other things. Yeah. The city may feel slightly more active, but business vibe is flat. Yo, the business vibe is like so flat, especially in certain neighborhoods, like down like Second Street. Ooh, Second Street looked like it got hit by a train or something. Like Second Street so dead. You would always see you would always see people on Second Street, and now it's like a ghost town. Yeah, well, you were shocked, but a lot of places were empty during COVID. You got to think it wasn't just the city; it was New York. Times Square was empty. London. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on. It was empty streets everywhere. I don't think they'll mess with you because of your hairstyle. But the thing about the crime, it's the big problem about the crime is not necessarily of people messing with me. It's people thinking I'm gonna mess with them. That is the big thing. That's the big problem, right? And it's when I go places, like people think that I'm gonna take something because they always see that in the media, like it's always people that kind of look like me. That's the big problem with the crime, and that's the thing that really makes me want to move the most. But of course, if I ever move, everyone would say, "Oh, you just moved because it was too expensive." But no, it would actually be because it's just how I go places, and certain places. I'm not gonna say where, but like certain places, it's just like you know. So, but then once again, it's you cut the news on. What do you see? Like I don't think you look guilty. You look cool. I like your hairstyle. Yeah, it's true. You think the city got more ghetto? So the thing about the city, I really don't think that it's that much worse. It's just less other people in the city. Like there was always crime in the city. Like this crime didn't just start happening a couple weeks ago. Like there was always crime. But when you take away so many other people and then and the crime is like the same or the crime increases, it just looks like it's a worse situation, you know? Yeah. Jermaine, is it more racist outside of California? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's different in different places you go, right? I think it's very different. You know, in a place like Memphis, it's predominantly black people. So if they showed crime like that, I don't think people would be as afraid versus the city. Basically, there's not that many black people. But then every time you put the news on, what do you see? So it tells a different story, you know? But then what I do see some people, they use that to their advantage, yo. They purposely scare people, you know, not that they purposely do, but they use it to their advantage, you know. And I don't just go around wearing a mask to, freak people out. But I know people that do that and they get a kick out of it, you know. And they also don't like they're not like a bad person. They're not like going out robbing people. Do people in Memphis mess with you or call you gay? The thing about Memphis, people in Memphis are very small-minded. So if they see anything that doesn't look like them, they're gonna talk about it. Like Memphis, it's very common that you go places and you will just like you'll go to a restaurant, right? And you'll see people sitting at a table and they'll be talking about people on the other side of the restaurant, like loud, like completely loud, like, look at her shoes, man, look at her purse. Like that's a big common thing down south. Like people they talk about I've never seen people talk about folks anywhere else in America. Like they talk about people in Memphis, yo. So that's just the thing. When I went to New York, I was really surprised the first time I went to New York that people did not do that. It was very rare that people would not, like, they just don't do that. Like people understand differences. They are um far more cultured. They've been around different people. In Memphis, it's not like that. You know, I don't know if it's still like that, but like when I was growing up, that's how it was like that. Like if you were a black dude and you walk up wearing a North Face jacket, bruh, if you go to around the right folks, they about to talk about you like a dog, yo. Bro, you got a North Face jacket on? What? Man, you can't be wearing that, man. That's for them other folks to wear. You can't be doing, man. People will talk about you like a dog, yo. That's why like it was so awesome to leave Memphis because like so so many people are not like open minded. Like so many people are really close minded, bro. And then it's also down south too, you know. So yeah, it's a trip. It's a whole different world. I don't really get that people aren't like that around here, and that stuff because mainly the places I go, like I don't just go to places like that. Only place I really go to where people do that is at the mall, and maybe if it's tourists in the TL, right? Maybe they'll act like that. But for the most part, like no, that behavior doesn't happen places I go in the city. Maybe if I went to certain neighborhoods, maybe that would. But yeah, it's not something don't. I mean, I don't necessarily know about calling people. I don't necessarily know about calling people gay because, like I said, I haven't spent that much time in Memphis in a while, so I don't know if they just do that. Probably though. Uh, I don't remember Jay being on the gay club stuff. Probably it's famous, probably so easy. more easy with gays and other stuff you do? Um, I don't know. It really depends on who you hanging out with. Because if I went back home, I probably maybe I would go to more gay queer places. Um, but then I also would want to go to normal places too because I haven't lived there in so long. Um, yeah, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't. Like I don't know. Jermaine, when are my stocks going back up? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Austin, Texas, but it's getting expensive. Hmm. Johnny Seed. Appearances don't define if a person is gay. I know homosexual transgenders that have kids, that have wife and kids. This is very true, but this doesn't. I mean, once again, when you're around like folks that are uncultured, they don't know that. What they know is what they see you, and sometimes people are just doing it just because they ain't got no life, or sometimes they're doing it and that's their way of venting their own frustrations. Because especially in our community, there's a lot of masculinity, that there's a lot of like, you're supposed to be man, you're supposed to be tough, right? You're not supposed to cry, right? You're supposed to be that way. But then at the same time, everybody is not like that way. So you're expected to be that way. You're expected to be hard, right? You expected to, get girls. But to some guys, that they're deep down inside they're gay, and maybe they just don't know it. And they're in an environment where they're constantly being pushed. You better be hard. You better do this. You better do this. You know, and this is one reason why I think you see so much aggression, right? Because if you're dealing with they're dealing with this in themselves, right? So when they react to someone else and that person reacts back, they feel that they have to go like beat the shit out of them, because that makes them hard. That shows their friends and family that you a tough guy, like I'm masculine, right? But then at the same time, they could really be dealing with something deep down inside of them. You know, maybe they're hanging out with a friend, and they end up hooking up with one of their friends, and they liked it, but then they kept telling themselves, "No, I never did that. I never did that." But then deep down inside, they really liked it. You know, why you think so many? Why I don't know, dude. Like if you Atlanta, the amount of women that say that they've caught their man with another man. I mean, I don't know if you follow a lot of like, if you follow a lot of channels from Atlanta, this is a thing where you hear about women. You know, they found out that their dude was with another dude. But they is this masculine dude, like this gangster dude, right? But that's because they never let it come out, right? They never let it come out, and then what do some black women say? Some black women say that, "Oh, you're gay because you date white women," right? Yeah, but actually, the dude you dating, the one that's super masculine, or the one who presents himself as super masculine, is actually been gay the whole time. So I don't know. That's just something I definitely know about, like growing up and stuff. I feel like Memphis will suffocate you. Then don't go. Um, I don't know if it'll suffocate me, because if I go to Memphis, like I know what to do. I know where to go. Like I know who to hang out with. Like I know, like that really wasn't my problem growing up in Memphis. Like I knew folks that was like that, but like the people that I hung out with, the places I went to, I didn't really deal with that. I didn't deal with all that. Like I was around open-minded people, and It wasn't any pressure, like stuff like that. If I was dating a chick, like usually all the women I dated, they were like very open minded. Um, and you also got to think a lot of women like femboys, bro. Like that's just how it is, dude. I know a lot of folks don't want to hear that, but like chicks like it. Like chicks hit on me all the time, dude. Probably because they don't see me as a threat, but then also they like sometimes people want what they can't have, right? So sometimes like if you are a because I definitely knew like femboys that was growing up. And bro, they used to sleep with some of the hottest chicks because sometimes women want what they can have. Like, yeah, it's just kind of how it is. And being masculine doesn't necessarily like doesn't necessarily like I don't know, it doesn't necessarily get you everything you think, you know. That's why I don't trope. Your outdoor streams will not be as rewarding for your viewers because there will be background noise and you won't have your very professional mic set up. But I can show things on the street. Does your family know about your boo? Yes, my family do. But I don't know. I feel like boo meeting my family would be like a tough thing. I think that would be one of the hardest persons to introduce to my family. Yeah. Femboys are cool. Yeah, femboys are definitely cool, dude. Yeah. And that is being like, I don't know, it's becoming more and more of a thing. Do you identify as queer, bi, or gay? I definitely identify as queer for sure. And Jermaine says, "She's femboys." Yeah, I think that yeah, femboys are definitely a thing. Like I would love to meet more femboys and take photos with them because because it's a hot thing to do. It's just not very popular now, but yeah. Femboys. Femboys are a trip. Hold on, I got like a message. I'm just responding to it really fast. Okay, I'm back. What exactly is queer? Queer. That is okay, you can say that queer is odd, right? That can be one way to put it. Uh Someone who I mean, a queer could very well mean bi. Queer could very well mean that someone who like shows more of their feminine side. Queer could mean more of homosexual norms, I would say. Um Someone who could very well look homosexual and very well act homosexual, but they also date people of the opposite sex, right? Um, maybe someone who is they maybe someone who like cross dresses, right? But they, identify as a man. This is definitely something I've noticed since I've been going to the queer bars. I've definitely noticed that there are dudes that dress up like women, and I see them dressed up like as a woman one night, but then the next night they're dressed up as a dude. And they could like some people like that would identify themselves as queer. Some people would identify themselves as something else. Um, so it's yeah, it could yeah, it's the ultimate femboy. He identifies as queer. Her has married to a woman. He has lots of kids, but has also slept with men. Yes, that is another one. That is another one for sure. But then, just because you see a femboy doesn't necessarily mean they identify as queer. It can be very confusing. You know what I mean? Ladies are confusing. Are you sexually attracted to men? No, I don't. I like chicks. Like bottom line, I like women. Bottom line, you know. Yeah, for sure. I mean, whenever I'm going to the club, like, who do I want to dance with? Majority of the time, some hot chick, or like some chick that looks like a dyke, right? Yeah, I definitely like chicks. Um, you're kind of young. How do you know you're not just straight? Um, hmm. I don't know. How young do you think I am? Put in the chat down below, Drew. Drew, are you watching from San Francisco? I'm just curious. Hey, Jermaine, what's up? Mm, 27. No, I'm 35. I'm old as fuck. I'm not old as fuck, but I'm not as young. SF resident for 18 years. Oh, wow. I sense a backlash towards the feminizing men. I think more traditional women are complaining. Oh, really? Um, because online, dude, I see a huge pushback from the feminizing of men. Like, I see a huge pushback, but it's mainly masculine men that are pushing back. Because I definitely follow like a lot of masculine dudes online, especially like in the black space, like people from Atlanta, and they don't like it. Like, okay, if you want to, if you want to see what they talk about feminizing masculine men, about feminizing men, go to YouTube and type in hoochie daddy shorts. Right. Basically the shorts I wear like every day. Go type in that and see what people have to say. Some people are actually for it. Like some masculine men are for it because they get it. They're like, yo, we live down south. It's hot out here. I want my shorts to be shorter. But then you have a lot of men, these pro men, they say no, men should never wear their shorts down that low, and men should never do this, and men. But then you also have those men that say, look, dudes used to do it back in the day. Like fashion only repeats itself. So, and then you also hear that theory that you have a lot of women say they out here trying to feminize our men, and they're trying to feminize our men. You know, feminine dudes definitely don't like to date chicks like that. But I don't know. It really depends on where you coming from. You know, because I don't know. It really depends on where you coming from with it. Masculine men tend to be somewhat the biggest closet cases. Yeah, yeah. How is the flooding affecting you? Flooding? There's like no flooding going on around here. I mean, the streets are dry. They've been dry ever since I started this live stream. So yeah, I really haven't been worried about it too much. Walk a lot, ride a bike, travel around the world. Sound young man. Yes, 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 yes. We're back. Someone tried to rob our friend of their crystals and they turned them into a bottle of water. Well, we have to talk to them, turn them back into a person again. Okay. Y'all have had a night, I see. Y'all have had a night. Mm-mm. Yes, 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 yes. I see. Are you scared of homeless people? You always use your bike around them. Why are you not scared? Well, one reason I'm not scared is because some homeless people are just afraid of me. Bottom line, because I'm black, so they're afraid of me. And there's a lot of homeless people out there that are afraid of black people. I mean, bottom line, I mean that's just how it is. I'm sorry to bring up race into this, but that's just how it is. You know, that, yeah. To be honest, I was thinking because Rona, the crime gonna be really crazy, but it really chilled out. Hmm. Well, I heard some people say because they got rid of Chelsea Bodine, but I still see. I don't think really anything has happened since then. Um, yeah, usually in the city, people that I hear, um, I don't really hear black people have too many problems with homeless people. The people that I see have a lot of problems with homeless people tend to be. I'm not trying to be racist when I say this. Like I'm just gonna say this. I'm not trying to call anyone out. It seems to be Asian people. It I see more. I see homeless people yelling at like Asian people a lot in the city. And it's been times I'm on the street and there's just like a crazy person and they're just like, and I see like an Asian dude and he obviously looked like a tourist because he's just like walking around and you can kind of tell. And you'll see like a homeless dude like yelling at them, like saying some crazy stuff. And I could just see it like that's like dang, that's kind of messed up, you know? Like, you know what I mean? And every now and then, like, I've, like, yelled back at homeless people, like, "Yo, leave him the fuck alone," because I'm on the bike and I can, like, get away. And then you'll see, like, the dude is like, "Thanks," as he's, like, running the other way. I definitely see stuff like that. Um, I don't really see I don't know, it depends on what you look like on the street, because if you got a street look to you, people are not gonna mess with you as much, and what I mean by a street look, like, okay, bicycle messengers. They typically got a street look. I don't really hear about people picking on bicycle messengers that much, because a lot of them have a big backpack. They usually they're usually not dressed preppy. They usually, they look like they'll whoop your ass. That's kind of how it is. So I don't really hear them having too many problems, but tourists are the ones that have more problems because they don't necessarily know what to look for. They're in a different place. And especially in the TL, you definitely see like a lot of Asian people in the TL. But Asian people in the TL, they got a different look to them too. Like they're not like tourists dress a different way. Like bottom line, people that live here don't dress the same way. Like I never walk outside with my clothes ironed. Think about it. If I walk outside with a t-shirt ironed or a polo shirt ironed, and I walk outside with some jeans on with a crease because I ironed my jeans, bro, I'm gonna stick out big time. Like people will think I'm a tourist. If I walk outside with some fresh, brand new white shoes on, I am going to look like a freaking Target, yo. Like I'm gonna look like I'm not from around here. And I'm not trying to say that tourists look like this, but just tourists have a different swag to them versus people that live here. People that live here, they are not dressing up the same way as someone from Texas coming to see San Francisco for the first time. I mean, that's just how it is, you know? And yeah, that's just one thing I noticed in the city. But, like, black people? No, like, people are afraid of black people, bro. Like, they are afraid of black people, like, everybody. Black people are afraid of black people, I'm telling you. So that's I mean, that's one th I mean, I hear some black people say it's called black privilege, you know? But, yeah, black people don't like, I don't know if he got a gun. He don't know if I got a gun, you know? Well, don't mess with him. You know what I mean? Uh Jermaine, I will buy your Gucci shoes for $50. Meet me at Dolores. Which ones you want? It's true though. SF people dress extremely casual, super casual. I mean, and it depends on what you do for work too. Like if you work in an office building, you're gonna dress up a little bit more. But if you work in an office building, chances are you are not gonna be walking through a place like the TL. Think about it. You're gonna be on the bus. You're gonna be on the train. If you work in the Tenderloin neighborhood, you are going to, chances are you're not working at a place where you're gonna be dressed up. If you are working at a place where you're gonna be dressed up, you know what you're probably gonna be wearing? All black. And you, once again, if you're wearing all black, you fit into the neighborhood. Like if you security, you wear all black, or maybe you work at a hotel front desk, you wear all black. Maybe you do something in the back end, you wear all black. You fit in, right? You fit in. Like a lot of cyclists, I see a lot of dudes on bikes, they wear shorts, they wear a big backpack, they wear hoodies. They fit in, you know? But I mean, come on, if you're on a bike, you can't be dressing up for one. I mean, that's just how it is. Another thing I see in the city too, people in the financial district, I see people change their shoes all the time. Because you know how like sometimes women will wear heels, but like you shouldn't be wearing heels on the street. And if you have to walk like a couple blocks, it's just so much easier to switch shoes. So I definitely notice that a lot in the city, how people will they'll change shoes, because they'll be dressed up, but then you look at their feet and it's like, dang, you got some tennis shoes on. You can fit two guns in your hoodie pocket. Jeez. Well, sometimes, like, if you wear baggier clothes, people don't know what you got. But if I'm out with like shorts on and a t-shirt, it looks like, oh, you ain't got nothing. We're back. Our friend is getting too comfortable. Had the nurse to tell us at least it was Voss water. But white people don't afraid when they see black men. But white people don't afraid when the see black men. Black men fear a lot of them. Oh, men, men black fear white. A lot of them. I don't know. I'm lost there. Yeah, black people afraid to get cussed out. The hood is real ghetto. Hoodie and baggy jeans. Town still. Even homeless rocket. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. San Francisco got the nicest people. With the crazy news, two punks shot a security guard in Chinatown. Everybody stay safe. Yeah, I've been hearing about that story. I haven't. Well, I've kind of seen it. I shaved like earlier today, right before I made another video. I'm like, I'm tired of the beard. Yeah, the rain stopped. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully, I haven't talked about too many like bad things in this video. Yeah. I'm over here talking about crime in the city. But also, is this probably things that people just don't know about? Like people just don't, you know. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the streets. You know, Another thing too that a lot of folks, people get respect. I don't care what color you are. If you work for the city, bro, it seems like nobody. I never see nobody mess with folks that work for the city. And what I mean, work folks that work for the city, I'm talking about across the board. Okay, I'm talking about them folks that drive them big white trucks. I'm talking about the people that that drive the city cars, the people that do the homeless outreach. If you got like the city logo on you, like no people don't mess with you. Like I've never seen them folks have a problem. Like that's just how it is. They seem like they got a lot of power around here. But all those people seem to have street smarts for sure. All of them seem to do. Street smarts will take you a long way in San Francisco, especially if you live downtown. Like it will. And a lot of tourists, believe me, they don't have street smart. Like for real, they don't have street smarts at all. Like sometimes you just gotta know what to look for, you know. But a lot of people do. You know, a lot of people definitely have street smarts. It's not just the crime; it's the sense that no one will be arrested if you are a victim. In other words, you're fucked. Yes. Yes. The city ambassadors and Muni Ticket Squad get mad respect. Oh yeah. Well, no one really, especially the city ambassadors. Like, why would you mess with them? Like, I mean, come on. That's a lot of those. A lot of them have like bright color outfits. Like, why would you mess with them, dude? Like, come on. What you gonna take from them? A cell phone? Like, they're just hardworking people. You know. Jermaine, you hitting the club tonight? You look tired. I'm definitely not hitting the club tonight. Tonight is, I don't know, tonight is the night that I definitely don't want to go. No, not tonight. I like to go. I don't like to go towards the end of the week. Yeah, I often wonder what SF think when the trip is over, like how they feel about the city, how the experience was. You know, I wonder that too. I wonder that too. But one thing I will say about some tourists, this is just one thing maybe I should talk to more tourists, but what, if tourists come to Market Street and they see a lot of the crazy stuff that goes on Market Street, one thing I would imagine that there are a lot of tourists that are going to leave San Francisco and be so thankful that the stuff going on in San Francisco is not going on where they live. You know, because I walk down the street and see some crazy stuff. And if you come here and you're here for 4 or 5 days and you see all the sights and then you see some crazy stuff in the TL, you probably would be thankful that, oh, I'm going back to a place that, this don't happen. Like, it's not like that where I live. Anybody, y'all need to hit that thumbs up button, yo. Hit that thumbs up button, yo. The bus, we have a lot of Black people that are brave. Yeah, we got a lot of brave Black people. One night I got on the bus and this dude got on the bus with a stick, yo. And it looked like he was about to hit somebody with that joint. I remember taking my headphones. I remember, tapping my headphones. So I didn't hear the music. I was like, yeah, we're about to get off the bus in a minute. Hopefully he don't knock me out with that joint. Hi, can I ask for some advice? Yes, what is your advice? Yes, what is your advice? There are two types of tours. One from other parts of California, the other type come from others. Yeah. They may have better shoes on versus the folks who from other parts of the world. Folks from other parts of the world, they typically go to more of the tourist sites, typically go to the more of the landmarks type places, the Twin Peaks, the Fisherman's Wharf, parts of Union Square. Residents of SF have learned How to stay calm and avoid eye contact when crazy dudes come on the bus. Everyone just quiet and hopefully stay calm. Yes. Yes. Girl, you might have COVID. What do you mean I might have COVID? Why? Because I take the bus? My mom's, no, my boyfriend, mom made dinner and I got food poisoning. She has a great get well soup. She made a get well soup for me, which made me sicker. He kept asking me how I got ill, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do either. Like, I'm not a doctor or anything. I don't know what to do about that. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, maybe you should get a COVID test, something like that. Oh my gosh, y'all got me to stream for another hour. All right, cool. So I guess I'm gonna. Well, I don't know. It's like y'all are still in here. Maybe I should keep streaming. I'm like so sweaty. Take this jacket off. I don't know. I kind of wonder what happened to tourists. Like, what do they? What do they do? Like, well, how do they feel about the city when they come here? Uh, because if you're like, I can just imagine like how I'd feel if I like went to another country and it was crazy people yelling at me on the street. Well, that has definitely happened in countries. I've definitely had that happen, but it hasn't been like too like it hasn't been too bad. It hasn't been some of the stuff that I've seen in the city. I've seen some pretty bad stuff in the city, like, people yelling at folks. And it's just like, bro, why you doing that? I remember right after COVID, right when COVID started, I got on the elevator and it was this Asian dude on the elevator, and it was this lady in a wheelchair, like this white lady in a wheelchair. She was crazy, yo. Like I think she may have lived in that building, but she was crazy. And she started going off on him about the COVID thing. And he looked at me and I was just like I was just like, it's just crazy. But you know how sometimes it's folks in the city, especially in this city, it's a lot of folks that just ain't got good sense, like they just ain't got it up here. And that's what she was like. And he responded, he said, like, ma'am, that's not a nice thing to say. And I was like, yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And she was still like mouthing off, but like the elevator door is open. And when we got off the elevator, I was like, bro, I'm sorry that happened to you, because he didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. Him and we both got on the elevator at the same time, if I remember. And he didn't like. It wasn't like he was like, get out of my way, or no. We just both got on the elevator, I believe. And she just kind of like went off on him. But you always meet crazy people like that in the city. I've definitely had some crazy people say stuff to me like, bro, are you from Africa? And it's like, dude, you might get your ass whooped around here saying that to a black person. you know, you know what I mean? It's as long as they as long as the off market tours are fun, they cleaned up Union Square and Pier 39. Pier 39, I've never really seen Pier 39 like bad. You know, Jermaine, can I borrow a face mask? I burned all of mine last time. I got some face masks for sale. You want to buy some? I just found the box of face masks over there. you know, I'm excited to take the new Muni train into Chinatown on Saturday. I haven't taken the new Muni train yet. Yes, you say drink water. I haven't drank water in a minute. Alright, I'm tired now. I'm tired of talking. I'm gonna get off here because I wanna go watch YouTube videos or something. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I love all of y'all. I want y'all to have a wonderful night. Yes, yes, yes. It's a sunny day, and yes, I know hopefully tomorrow's sunny. It said tomorrow's gonna be sunny. Yes, yes, yes. You say have a channel meetup for vegan donuts? Tesla bombing. Yeah, Tesla is like sucking right now. But it creates good buying opportunities if you still believe in the company. Dang, it's at 110. This is like the lowest it's been, right? Yeah, Tesla's super low right now. It's about to be a $25 stock, yo. Yeah. Global economy next. Yeah, I think so. All right. I love all y'all. Maybe I'll do a subscriber meetup soon. All right. I will see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. And peace out, yo. Ow. Such a long stream. Not really.